Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. So last episode I was talking about all the Thaumcraft stuff that I've researched, and people were telling me in the comments that I haven't researched everything, that I need to use knowledge fragments to unlock some things that I haven't discovered yet. I haven't tried this yet, so I was told maybe 1 or 5 of these would do something, and sure enough that actually does something, but I'm not going to research this on camera because I know that's super boring, but we do have this research notes ready to go, and I will check those out off camera. So over here I have started another room area. This is just a hallway that comes over here into just an open room. I haven't really done much work, but I'm thinking down this way is where I'm going to put my Thaumcraft stuff. I might branch off. I might split this up into 2 rooms actually. Maybe put one over here and one over here. I want another room to put the Mistcraft things as well. And it might be nice if this wall was used for maybe portal guns or some other way to get back and forth between different areas. I do have like my Nether Hub book over here, and I'm not really sure what to do with this wall, but I will figure that out later. Okay, so off camera I've been doing quite a lot of stuff. DMAC and I have noticed that my area is kind of laggy, and we were doing some tests, and he took the chunk loader out of his area and I took the chunk loader out of my area, and we got the server CPU down to about 45%, 50%, something like that. And so I put my chunk loader back and we were playing around with it, and it looks like my area takes it from 50% to 80%. So it's using like 30% of the CPU here. I don't know what is going on, why it's so laggy. But one thing that I do know is that I have collected a lot of resources from all these different hives, like the tin, copper, iron. Gold is, I still haven't collected that much. Silver I got a lot. Lapis I got way too much of it. Bronze and plenty of. Yeah, the seed drops and the silk wisps and a lot of this other stuff. I have collected quite a lot of things since these hives are going pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I have decided to start shutting off some of these hives. I've turned off pretty much all of these except for the gold, the titanium, oil I have to have going for power. I have turned off the ruby. I'm leaving the redstone on for now, although I do have quite a lot of it. Yeah, that's going to stay on just for a little bit longer. And then I have also left on these guys. These are my valuable bees, the ones that are making the platinum. Things that I still want to play around with and see what we can do. Okay, so yeah, I have turned off quite a lot of all of these things, just because I feel like we have too many resources. Now, if we go downstairs, I can show you guys why I decided to turn those off. I've taken all of the loose ingots and things, and I have started compressing them into blocks. And then when I got the iron compressed into blocks, it's like, wow, 3,054 blocks of iron. I really don't need any more than that, right? And then we got gold, copper, and bronze, like 500 stacks of bronze blocks. I really think I'm set for quite some time. Lead isn't used that often. Neither is silver. Lapis, 15,000 blocks of lapis plus 500. 7,000 titanium. Now this is something that I want to work on today. I want to get the titanium smelting, and in order to do that we need an industrial blast furnace. So that's going to be something we work on today. 44,000 redstone. Only about 550 platinum. So this isn't going super fast, but I haven't had them going for very long either. And I haven't put any frames in there. So that's just the 12 alvearies going just by themselves. Yeah, the ruby dust. I don't think DMAC really needs this at all anymore. Well, he might need it, but he's not hurting for it anymore. I do have the emeralds going, which is producing the olivine as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I have the system right now. It's set up so when we get over 512 of any type of these ingots here, it'll take the excess, put it into a compressor, and compress it down into a block. just to save on some space. It's really not necessary with all of the applied energistics storage I have, but I figured it'd probably be nicer to see them in the block form and not just see, you know, 12K of tin or whatever it was before. Over here, I have, you know, turned off the silk wisp. We have 217,000 silk wisps. So divide that by 3, and that's how many string we have. I'm not using frames that often, so I really don't need any more of this stuff right now. What else did I turn off? I turned off the seed oil. We have 65,000 seed drops. Yeah, I'm not using that. The oily propolis were still going down. I think when I hooked up those 12 steam boilers over there, we had about 40,000. We're now down to 12,000. So that's something I'm definitely going to have to look at, hooking up frames to automatically send over there. But this has been going down now for about 2 weeks, so I'm pretty sure I'll be okay for a little while longer. I don't have to rush it. Okay, so yeah, that takes care of this stuff back here. Now I added an entranceway down below to this room, and then I started finishing it up a little bit, making it look a little nicer. Did the balsa walls and the balsa log borders like I have for around most of my base. Yeah, this is where the applied energistics wire comes in, so I just kind of line that with the block just to make it look like it's supposed to be there. This fiber wire I have coming down from the AESU up above, where by the that teleport book, I have that AESU putting out 2,000 EU a tick, whatever the maximum is, and then that's going directly into a high voltage transformer. So it's splitting the 2,000 packet into 4, 5, 12 packets, and that is coming over here and powering some compressors. So these compressors are supposed to only take 32 EU a tick by default, but I have added some transformer upgrades. One of them bumps it up to 128 EU a tick that it can take. 2 of them bumps up to 512. So I have a lot of compressors here. I haven't really shown you guys that, so let's go upstairs and take a look at what's going on up here. Okay, so these are those compressors I was just talking about, and each one of these compressors had its own reason for existing here. We were compressing tin blocks, compressing gold blocks, and silver. Yeah, lots of good stuff here. So, like I was saying, when we get over 512 of each of these different types of items, the excess goes into these compressors and it gets compressed into a block. So that was the reason for these. Having all these overclocker upgrades, probably not necessary, but, you know, why not? Okay, so over here is another compressor. This one is on-demand compressing. I have it set up to do carbon plates and advanced alloys. Yeah, I'm trying to set up pretty much having everything automated that I can make. And we're kind of getting into the IC2 and GregTech territory now that we are doing like titanium and things like that. So it's important to have those things being set up. Over here I have a rolling machine that's all laid out to do the most basic mixed metal ingot. I know there's recipes that do these a lot better. You can get more ingots out of it, but unfortunately right now I really can't make those. Let's see if we do, yeah, the mixed metal ingots here. So this is like the very first recipe: bronze, refined iron, tin. Makes 2 of those. There are recipes if we go over here that make like 9, but that's using tungsten steel ingots and all sorts of crazy things that I don't have. Brass ingots. I know I can make bees and make brass, but I don't have those set up right now. So some of these, yeah, these use titanium, bronze, and aluminum, but I don't have any way of making aluminum right now. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use the most basic recipe that I can make right now, things that I have stored up for my bees, to make mixed metal ingots, and we can compress those down into the advanced alloys and then use those for whatever recipes that we have. Over here I removed a bunch of these furnaces. I had 1 furnace per different metal we were producing, but now that I've turned off the bees and all the excess dusts have been smelted, I compress it down to 1 furnace that's doing gold, copper, bronze, iron, tin, lead, and silver. If we ever get these tiny piles of dust back in, as we get them, it smelts it up, and then, you know, if we get more than enough, it puts it into a block. But like I said, those hides are turned off, so this is pretty much only ever going to do gold, I think that's the only thing we have going right now is just gold. These two powered furnaces over here are just for expansion. If I ever want to auto smelt something else, or if I want, you know, put another interface, I can do that. So they're not really doing anything at this time. This powered furnace right here, I have it doing a few different things. It's making refined iron, it's making electrum. I added these two things so it can automatically make the advanced processors and the basic processors. So that can be smelted automatically. This powered furnace right here is in case we run out of the different ingots. It can take the different blocks and smelt them and get back the ingots out of them. So we're automatically putting the extra ingots into blocks, and if we run low, we can take the blocks and make the ingots back out of it. So not bad, not bad. Okay, so the pulverizers, I think we've looked at this before. I added coal dust to this with just one piece of coal. I still haven't hooked up the bees that can make coal dust. I probably will do that eventually. This is another one just for expansion, or in case I need to manually pulverize something. Let's see, this is a liquid transposer, and this is making this is making water capsules. So it takes my wax, makes wax capsules, and then on demand it will fill them with water if I need them. And that is how I was making these overclocker upgrades. So if you've never made one of those, they're a real pain in the butt to make. So let's look at overclocker upgrade. In order to make those, you need these 10K coolant cells and electronic circuits, which aren't too bad. But these 10K coolant cells, you need like water capsules or water bottles, and then surround them with tin. Yeah, they're kind of a pain because you have to set up an infinite source and then right-click the thing to, you know, fill all those up. But this is set up to, on demand, make those 10K coolant cells, and then make the base or the circuits and the cables and put it all together. So if I want an overclocker upgrade, I really don't need it, but let's just do it just to show you guys. It's gonna start the liquid transposer, right? Or is there something messed up here? What's going on? Oh, right. This needs to be set to blue. There it goes. Yeah, I moved these things around. So now it's putting the capsules in here, filling them up, and yeah, there we go. There's a overclocker upgrade being made automatically. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers what I've been doing around here. I got rid of the ender chests that were on this side just a little bit ago. I really aren't using them too much. I'm really not using them at all, actually. They're made to put the frames over into the alvearies, but I really haven't been using that much resources, and the only thing that really could use frames at this point in time would be the oily bees, and I haven't needed to do that just yet, so I just removed all that stuff. And then the lapis, the centrifuge I had over here specifically for lapis, I just removed that as well. Since I turned off the lapis bees and we have so many lapis blocks, it's really not necessary. So we are down to using about half of the room for IC2 and half of the room for thermal expansion machines and I guess a railcraft machine. But what I want to do today is I want to hook up an industrial blast furnace, and these things are kind of a pain, but I have set up recipes to do a lot of this stuff. So an industrial blast furnace, I think I should be able to just click this and it should make it. Yeah, it's making induction furnaces. And we doing anything over here? I haven't tried this yet, so there might be something wrong. Industrial blast furnace. Oh, it made it. Nice. Okay. So there's our industrial blast furnace. And these things use casing. There's standard casing, there's advanced casing, and there's highly advanced casing, I think. Let's look, yeah. Standard machine casing, reinforced, and advanced. The reinforced casing uses things that I don't have right now, I'm pretty sure. Let's look at this. Yeah, it uses steel, and I don't have any way of making steel right now. I mean, I could make a regular blast furnace and pump coal in there and, you know, wait on this stuff for a while, but I think for now, we're just going to go ahead and do the standard casing, and I will upgrade this later on as we make other things. So, yeah, the standard machine casing is just refined iron, some circuits, a machine frame, a sturdy casing, machine block. There's like a couple of different ways to do it. I think the recipe I have is going to use the sturdy casing since I have plenty of bronze around. Okay, so I can go ahead and automatically craft these things up. So let's do casing. And I can't remember exactly how many we need. I think it's 4 tall, and it's 9, 18... plus 16. I think it might be like 36 of them that I need, or maybe 34. If I make too many, oh well. I'm sure I will use them in like another recipe. Let's do 36 of these and begin. Nice. There we go. Craft them all up. Very cool. Okay. So I think I'm not going to expand these compressors out any further. And if I need more, I will probably just make another row back here or another row up here. So I think we're going to put the industrial blast furnace back over here, maybe 2 blocks away. Let's do something. I think that should be fine. If we put the actual block right here, yep, that should be good. Okay, so yeah, it's 9 on the bottom, 9 on the top, and then 8. And I believe we have to fill this with lava to increase the heat capacity of this thing. So it's been a while since I built one of these. Hopefully I can do this right. I do have to go and grab some lava. I don't have any of that laying around. So we do this, 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 this. Oh, I made too many of these standard casings. Oh well, that's not a big deal. You have to make 4 at a time anyway. Okay, so I need to go grab some lava. Let me make a cut real quick, guys. I'm going to grab that lava and we will be right back. Okay guys, so I grabbed 2 buckets of lava, filled this with the lava, and then I capped it off on the very top, so the machine casing should be completely filled out now. If we right click on here, it says heat capacity 1520K, which is pretty good. I think that's enough to do our titanium, and I think it's enough to do aluminium if we ever get any of that stuff. So what I want to do now is see if I can hook this up to be automatic with the applied energistics. And I'm pretty sure we have to remove all these blocks because we need an import bus to take items out of this thing. So let's do an import bus. Let's just go ahead and put that there for now. And we will connect that up. Actually, let's get some cabling. So we grab some of this. Yep. And keep shift click it. There we go. Cable, 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 cable. Oh, and that connects right to our access point. Interesting. That is nice. Okay, so now we need to provide it power and we need to provide it items. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to use an interface to provide it items. Hopefully this works. I don't know, but I would imagine it should. So we stick the interface probably right next to it, and then we need a cable to connect those 2 up. Okay. Now we're going to have to provide this power. And if I remember correctly, this thing needs 128 EU a tick. So this cable over here is 512, so we're going to have to step that down. So let's do a medium voltage transformer and just make one of those. Awesome. Okay, so I want the 3 prongs facing downwards. Yep. And then I should just be able to run this fiber around and up into there, and this thing should get power. Hopefully everything's right and I don't blow it up. So let's grab some of this fiber. Okay, connect, connect, connect. And don't blow up. Okay, good. Awesome. All right, so I think that should be pretty much all we need to do. Yeah, there's a red X on top of there. Again, if you hit F7, it shows you places mobs can spawn. Unfortunately, we're going to need a torch or something to prevent mobs from spawning. I don't know, maybe I'll put one of those Icorium blocks up here on the ground in front or on the side. I don't know yet. But we need something so mobs can't spawn there. And maybe on top they'd be able to spawn too. I don't know. Let's see if F7. Yeah, it doesn't look like it right now. Anyway, with that torch. Okay, so this should be getting power. And we're going to have to provide it items. But in order to provide it items to that interface, we need a pattern. And I want to provide it 1 titanium dust for 1 titanium ingot. But we don't have any ingots yet, so we got to make one. So let's do a titanium dust. Yep, there we go. Titanium dust. And let's just go and stick one of those in here. Yep, there we go. Now, I believe this recipe takes about 90 seconds, so I will be right back. Okay, it's just about done, and go, go, go. Aw, the import bus isn't going to work. Maybe I have to put the import bus on the side. Now, if that's the case, I might put the interface on the bottom. Well, let's see. Let me break this without accidentally breaking anything else. So if we stick an import bus on the side, maybe. Let's see here. So that is still in there. There's the import bus on the bottom not doing anything. We stick it on the side. Alright, so from the side, we can pull out of the machine, which is too bad since we're going to have this opening here. Hopefully we can put items in from the bottom. I don't know if we can or not. I suppose we could test that with an export bus. Just trying to put titanium dust in and see where that goes. So let's go ahead and break this and try to do it in a safe way. Okay. Yeah, let's grab an export bus. One of those guys. Point that up. Okay, so I want titanium dust. Oh, I already have some in my inventory. Okay, so if we put titanium dust there, where is that going? Is that going anywhere? That's going to the bottom. I think that's working. It looks like it's doing its thing. Okay, so we can put the interface on the bottom. That is good to know. So let's go ahead and stop this thing from putting more in there. And let me try and kill this without breaking anything extra. Okay, and then we can put the interface directly on the bottom. That should work. Awesome. So now I just need to go and make the pattern that says 1 titanium dust equals 1 titanium ingot. Stick that pattern in that interface, and we should be able to make titanium on demand. So let me grab a pattern, one of you guys, and then I need titanium ingots. Awesome. Alright, so do this, that. I just want 1. 1 equals this. Gotta override that again. Awesome. Okay. So this should be able to do it on demand now. Once I put that pattern into that interface, I can remotely say make me some titanium ingots, and it should send it right to the blast furnace. Okay, so where's the pattern? There it is. Awesome. So let's, a lot of running up and down. Let's go up here, and let's just make sure this is going to work the way I think it should. Okay, so nothing's in there. So let's say titanium ingot, craftable. I want 10, begin. There we go. Got 9 in there. It's smelting 1 already. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so what else can we do with the industrial blast furnace? Can that can make steel, can't it? I think it can. They can make steel out of iron, right? Pretty sure. Let's see. Blast furnace, industrial blast furnace, refined iron and coal dust into steel and dark ashes. That's not what I want. Steel dust into a steel ingot. Okay, so this is where I need to get my steel bees hooked up to make the steel dust to go into the steel ingots. Only takes 5 seconds to do that. That's pretty good, and it only requires 1000K heat capacity, so we definitely can do that. Is there anything else? Yeah, it looks like that is about it. Okay, so that is pretty good. I don't think we need that torch there anymore, unless this up here is going to be spawnable. Doesn't look like it. I think there's enough light around. Awesome. Okay, so let me get a few more things together, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so I decided to move these things around a little bit. I put the interface on top. Well, I guess I left the import bus on the side, and I put the transformer, the medium voltage transformer, below. I think it looks a little bit cleaner this way. I was thinking maybe I should put a cable and an import bus on the other side just for symmetry, but no, I think we're good. Some other things that I want to do is right now when I need rubber, I am smelting a sticky resin. I think it's one of these. Well, where did it go? Oh, that's right. It's on the furnaces. Yeah, I am smelting a sticky resin, and it makes 1 rubber. Now, I know I can use an extractor, and I should be able to get 3 rubber per sticky resin. So I've made patterns to do that, and I think I might put an extractor over here next to these other 32 EU machines. But right now what I want to do is I want to hook up an industrial extractor. No, an industrial centrifuge. And that requires an extractor as part of the recipe. Let's actually look at this real quick. An industrial centrifuge requires a couple of advanced machine blocks, some refined iron, some advanced circuits, and an extractor. The extractor itself is just some tree taps, a machine block, and an electric circuit, so that isn't too bad to create. So I want to go ahead and build an industrial centrifuge. This is going to allow me to take the platinum from my bees, centrifuge it, and I should be able to get iridium nuggets. So for every 9 platinum, I should be able to make an iridium from the bees. So that is one of the things that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and I'm not sure exactly where I should put the centrifuge. I might end up moving this thing over just a little bit and keeping all the single block machines over here and maybe put the multi-blocks together. For now, I think I'm just going to go ahead and craft the centrifuge. Let's go ahead and craft this thing. It's probably going to be taking a couple seconds to do it. It probably needs to make some mixed metal ingots over here, and it needs to compress them and a whole bunch of other things. So let's see, do we have it yet? Yeah, there we go. There's our industrial centrifuge. So all this automation, this is just awesome. I'm loving it all the time. Every time I use it, love it more and more. Okay, so let's break out that block there. I need some kind of a block to put this up against. Let's do, whoops, not DE. I want DI. Just do some dirt. So we'll put dirt right there, centrifuge there. So how does this work? I'm not sure where you put items into this machine, to be honest. Maybe it's from the top and bottom. Maybe it's from, well, generally, they accept items from top and bottom, and they take items out from the sides. So I'm going to have to figure that out, that's for sure. Okay, so I know I'm definitely going to have to give this thing power, and I believe this machine is the 32 EU a tick machine, so I'm going to need to take some medium voltage and then convert that down to the low voltage, since we don't have, or we only are running the 512 over here. So let's do a medium voltage transformer, begin, and then I need to take this and I need to make a low voltage transformer, begin. Awesome. Okay, so the low voltage is going to go directly, oops, I don't have that on the bar. Low voltage is going to go directly on the centrifuge, and we can do a medium voltage here. And let's see, if I take, oh, I need to get my electric wrench. Let's click this so the 3 dots are pointed that way. I need some more fiber. Just grab this stuff. Okay, so we can take the 512. Let's just kind of do that action. That should go into here. This gets converted into low voltage, and that should provide the centrifuge with the power that it needs. Let's go ahead and check this out real quick. Let's put some platinum in here. Platinum dust. So if I put the platinum right in there, yep, it's doing its thing. Awesome. So this takes a little bit of time, just like most other things in the Greg Tick and Industrial Craft 2 department. This is going to be one of those things where I set it to do, you know, like 100 of these overnight or whatever. Yeah, man, that does take a long time. Probably like 2 minutes per, I don't know. And we need 9 of those for each iridium. So this might be one of those things I just have going constantly. Like as it gets more platinum, it just does it. I don't really know. Okay, so let's figure out how are we going to automate this. So we need to put items in. So I need to figure out which side they go. So if I do maybe, let's do another interface. Let's just do it this way. We'll put an interface on top. We'll do an import bus on the side. I'm just guessing this is gonna how it works. I haven't tried this yet. So that is like that. Then we need 1 cable. Okay. So I think that might be all we need to do. Let me actually grab some more cables. I need to run underneath. So we'll do this. Cable there and there. Okay, hopefully that's all we need to do. That's going to be awesome if it is. I need to hook that cable up underneath actually, so it will pull out, and we'll find out once that thing finishes its centrifuging action. I think we can probably just connect it right like that. That should work. It's not very clean, but it does work for now. And like I said, I think I might end up moving this blast furnace off to the side so it's got its own little spot. You know, it might even fit in one of these. I don't know if I want to do that or not, but just kind of thinking it might fit in one of those. Okay, so are we done yet? Nope, so we got a little bit of time left. All right, there goes. Yep, right out the side. That is awesome. Okay, so this should be pretty much, well, not quite automated. Let's do iridium. I want to grab, yeah, I do have iridium. These are, I grabbed over from DMAC in my base, like from when we've been doing a lot of the quarrying and part of the UU matter and all this stuff. But I know I have a lot of iridium right now, but I'd like to get my bees hooked up to do it automatically. I might even give this stuff back to DMAC. I don't know yet. So we need 1 iridium nugget and we need a platinum dust. Let's see, where is the platinum dust? Right, one of those. And we need a pattern. Okay, so again, I have to go upstairs. I should put one of those pattern encoders down here. I find myself running up here all the time just to make new patterns quite often, which is rather annoying, I find. So if we take, let's see, I want a platinum dust, should make an iridium nugget. Let's encode that. Awesome. So let's go downstairs, put that into that interface, and let's tell our system to make some iridium. Ooh, actually, you know what? While we're up here, let's see. If I do iridium nugget, is that shapeless crafting? Whoops, the other way. Yep, shapeless crafting. So I should just go ahead and make another pattern while I'm up here. Let's do this real quick. So nugget, 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 nugget. And the pattern. Okay, so there we go. 1 iridium ingot with 9 iridium nuggets. Awesome. Let's put this in here, and I'm going to stick this over here on like the IC2 Greg Tech section. Yep, we want that right there. Awesome. Okay, so let's put our other pattern down here in the interface, and then I should be able to tell my system to make me an iridium ingot. Let's do that right there. Crafts 1 iridium nugget with 1 platinum dust. Okay, so if I say make me an iridium ingot, craft that up, just 1. Oh yeah, but it only put 3 of them in there. That is actually interesting. Why did it only put 3? Well, up here we have 9 iridium nuggets makes 1 iridium ingot. So I don't know why I didn't fill that up with 9 dust down below. Maybe it only sends a certain amount at a time. I'm not quite sure. So it's currently crafting iridium nuggets to make the iridium ingot. Oh yeah, and I also did expand this, the assembly chamber out a little bit more. I added like 9 more CPUs, or maybe it was 6 more CPUs and 6 more pattern providers. So yeah, I thought that we were kind of running low on the amount of items we could craft all of the time. And if you saw, if I was scrolling through that thing, it's trying to craft certain things all of the time as well. And I think it's because these export buses are telling it to craft, or maybe it's these over here that's telling it to craft. But I think that might be using up some of the CPUs up there. And it seemed like when I was requesting things, it would just take it forever to actually make it. So I added some more CPUs, and that seems to have fixed the problem. This still only has 3 in there. Well, I'm going to watch this for a while. I'm pretty sure this is set up to be correct. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.